Hey YouTube, I do not want to step on anybody's toes, first of all, okay? And I respect this person, okay? But I want to do a video response to Gamers This Generation Sucks with question marks by the Benz Gaming. Awesome dude, subscribe to him, okay? First off, okay, he thinks basically that online gamers basically falls in the category mostly of 8 to 18, and basically they suck because they like online gaming, okay? I'm basically generalization, basically what you said in the video, okay? Personally, I do not think they suck. You know, I have to disagree with you, okay? Politely disagree, but disagree. And this is why. Okay, first off, okay, you say we grew up with offline gaming and single player, which is true. You know, I'm older than you. I'm 26 years old. You know, I grew up with the NESs. You know, I grew up with the Super Nintendos. You know, I know offline gaming, single player is awesome. I know that. You know, but that argument is also flawed. And I tell you why it's flawed. Okay? Because they grew up, guess what? They grew up with online gaming. So, you can't use that argument. I'm sorry, you just can't, because you can't say, because we grew up with it, it's better. That's a flawed reasoning. You know, just because we grew up with it does not necessarily mean it's better. You know, I enjoy online gaming. I do not play online gaming much. You know, I'm in your camp. Honestly, I am. Okay? They do not suck because they're different. They grew up different than me. You know, don't make me any worse. Don't make them any worse. Okay? It's the same thing with the console wars. You know, somebody's going to like one system over another. One person's going to enjoy a type of game over another. Be it online, be it offline, okay? Now we're arguing about that now. I mean, as gamers, can't we get along? I mean, do we have to argue about stuff like that? You know, just because somebody prefers online gaming, it's not going to affect me personally. You know, I like online gaming a little bit. I love Assassin's Creed Brotherhood online. I played a little bit. Honestly, I do. Not a lot, but a little bit. You know, now people's going to do this. Okay, this is a online fanboy. This is a offline fanboy. Offline is the best. Single player is the best. Oh yeah, online's the best. You can play with friends. Both of them is right. You know, just because it's different don't mean they suck. You know, I mean, people that love online can make a video saying we suck. Does it make it true? No, it don't. Just like you don't make it any more true about them sucking. You know, I just think they're different. That's it. Gaming is evolving. Like it or not, it is. You know, gaming is going to be more online. Why? To cater to that generation. You know, they go where the money's at. You know, and as we get older, online gaming is going to become more and more important. Will single player always be there? Yes. Why? Because I know people, that generation you talked about, okay? I got 14 and 15-year-old nieces and nephews. Love offline gaming. Love single players. That's all they play. Yet, I know people my age, 26 years old, okay, which will qualify in the single player category according to you, okay, love online gaming. That's generalization. You know, I'm not saying any of us suck. No matter what style of gaming you prefer. You know, I respect your opinion, and I'll fight for your right to say that. I really just don't agree with some of the stuff you say. You know, you got some valid points, you know. Single player is awesome. But online games can be awesome just as well, though. You know, don't bash somebody else just because you do not prefer it. You know, it's the same thing as the console wars. You know, same thing if you really look at it. You know, please comment. Tell me what you think about this. You know, do video responses if you want. You know, do what you guys do. Until next time, YouTube, take care.